Here we start with a topic on national prejudice, which was written by Oliver Goldsmith. It is an essay which is on national prejudice. Now, in first para, Oliver Goldsmith's essay on national prejudices holds up the neoclassical ideals of reasons and common sense as it exposed to illogical nature of jingoism. Jingoism refers to unsatisfied praise for one's own country and the inability to appreciate other country. इसका मतलब जिंगोइज़म का मतलब बताया जा रहा है कि खुद के कंट्री के बारे में बहुत ज़्यादा प्रेज़ करना, उसके बारे में अच्छा चीज़ बताना जो कि अनजस्टिफाइड है, और दूसरे के कंट्रीज़ के बारे में इनएबिलिटीज़ बताना, जो भी इनएबिलिटी सामने वाले कंट्रीज़ का है उसका बताना इज़ नोन एज जिंगोइज़म. The national prejudice is an example of the basic human tendency of being narrow-minded and judgmental. Here एसेइस्ट बोल रहे हैं ओलिवर गोल्डस्मिथ कि जो नेशनल प्रेजुडाइज है वो एक एग्जाम्पल है कि कैसे किसी ह्यूमन का बेसिक माइंड का बेसिक टेंडेंसी जो है इतना नैरो माइंडेड हो सकता है या कितना जजमेंटल है. Second para, the essay opens in the narrative form as the writer narrates his own experience. Here the essay begins with the narrator's own experience. This is just a notes actually. He is a wanderer who loves to observe the different person he sees. सो ओलिवर गोल्डस्मिथ एक वंडरर है जो कि सामने वाले पर्सन को ऑब्जर्व करता है, उसको ऑब्जर्व करना बहुत पसंद है. Once he met some gentlemen who believed that Englishmen were the most virtuous and people of all other countries always had some flaws. तो यहाँ पे वो सामने वाले जो जेंटलमैन थे वो बता रहे थे कि इंग्लिशमैन जो है वो बहुत अच्छे हैं सारे टर्म्स में, और बाकी जो दूसरे कंट्रीज़ के पर्सन है, जो दूसरे कंट्रीज़ के पीपल है, वो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा उनमें बहुत फ्लॉज है. This opinion was not logically justified. This is not logically justified, but that gentleman just spoke about anything. Such jingoism was common in 18th century in England. Using irony, the writer points the meaninglessness of the opinion by calling it learned and judicious remark. यहाँ पे irony यूज़ किया गया है. राइटर बोलते हैं इसको as a meaningless, learned and judicious remark. I hope you understanding. The gentlemen assumed that the writer had the same opinion and they forced him to speak out. जेंटलमैन को लग रहा था कि राइटर का भी सेम ओपिनियन है, इसीलिए वो बार बार राइटर को बोल रहे थे. दैट जेंटलमैन वॉज टेलिंग द राइटर टू प्लीज़ कुछ तो आप बोलो. द राइटर हैड बीन साइलेंट एज ही कुड नॉट डिसऑनेस्ट, एंड द राइटर वॉज नॉट wanting to tell anything because he can't just say anything or he can't just be dishonest. He wants to be honest, so इसीलिए वो नहीं बोलना चाह रहा था. Here we have quotation. I always hold it for a maxim to speak my real sentiment. ये बता रहे हैं राइटर कि हम अपना I just speak my real sentiments and I don't speak anything else. That's why I hold my words. He pointed out that their opinion was incorrect. The English people were not exactly perfect, and in many ways they were inferior to the Dutch, the Germans, the French and the Spaniards. यहाँ पे राइटर बोल रहे हैं कि एक्चुअली में ये ओपिनियन बहुत ही गलत है. क्यों गलत है? क्योंकि इंग्लिश पीपल वर नॉट एग्जैक्टली परफेक्ट सारे तरीके से. डच दे आर कंपेयरिंग फ्रॉम डच, जर्मन्स, फ्रेंच एंड स्पेनियर्ड्स. The gentleman could not digest this honest remark. So the gentleman who was asking to the writer could not digest what he said, and therefore they felt that writer was an invertebrate. This means enemy of which country they are living in. So enemy of England, and had lost the moral right to stay, thereby criticizing the country. Now they felt that this is not correct, so they are thinking of that this is not morally right, and he is basically criticizing the country. The writer understood that they would not accept the reality, so he went away. Sensible people never try to divide themselves in the name of country. So sensible people never try to divide themselves in the name of country. The writer presents an allusion to the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. So who was Socrates? I'll tell you. Before that, here writer says that sensible people never try to divide themselves in the name of country. There are many people, बहुत सारे इंसान हैं जो खुद को country wise divide करते हैं. वो इंडिया के हैं, वो अमेरिका के हैं, so we are not same. This type of thing. So writer presents an allusion to the ancient Greek philosophers Socrates, who called himself a citizen of the world. So he does not says that I am the citizen of this country or any particular country. He says that he is the citizen of world. It is said that people still do not care for being good human being first. Sorry, it is sad that people still do not care for being good human beings first. So yeah, this is sad कि इंसान अब खुद को good human beings पहले नहीं बनाना चाहते हैं. So now again we have some quotation. We are now become so much Englishmen, Frenchmen, Dutchmen, Spaniards that we no longer considered ourselves as general inhabitants of the globe. Now I have told you this. Uneducated people do not get the chance to overcome such prejudice by reading, traveling, or conversing with foreigners. So बहुत सारे uneducated people होते हैं जिनको जो नहीं निकल पाते इस prejudice से कि they are of this country and सामने वाला दूसरे country का है तो they are different, by reading, traveling, or conversing with foreigners. Yet many educated people too are lost in patriotism and prejudice. Social status, education, or wealth cannot make one a gentleman if one is prejudiced. So here writer says, actually writer does not say this, it's that अगर social status है, education है और wealth है, this does not make any gentleman make anyone a gentleman if one is prejudiced. अगर सामने वाला घमंड में है तो चाहे ये सब चीज़ हो, that doesn't make sense. Again we have quotation. An exception of prejudice is the characteristics mark of a gentleman. Now we have last page. Okay. The writer exposes the thought pattern of the jingoist. People who have little or no merit of their own want to hide their hollowness by showing off the country's greatness. सही बात है. Like if anyone who doesn't have any merit of their own and they have to hide their hollowness, they show off their country's greatness. They're like the slender vine that cannot stand alone and needs the support of mighty oak tree. National prejudice may be a distorted growth of love for the country, but such prejudice is an undesirable and unnatural part of patriotism. हो सकता है नेशनल प्रेजुडाइज एक कंट्री के लिए प्यार हो, लेकिन ऐसा प्रेजुडाइज it's an unnatural part of patriotism. Sorry. The writer also uses the analogy of religion. Superstitious and communalism may grow out of religion, but these are an undesirable and harmful aspect of religion. Religion is like a heavenly plant, and these two aspects are the bastard sprout of that plant. See, religious को यहाँ पे heavenly plant के तौर पे देखा गया है, and these two aspect is considered as bastard sprout of the plant. Religion can prosper only if superstitions or communalism are removed. If these two are removed, then religious can prosper. The writer makes a passionate appeals to the reader to abandon jingoism and uphold cosmopolitanism. He asks a rhetorical question: is it not very possible that may love my country without hating my natives of other countries? So here the writer question कि क्या ये possible है that I may love my country without hating the natives, कि बगल वाले countries को hate किए बिना I want to love my country, like I don't want to spread hate. The writer would rather call himself a citizen of the world than hate others in the name of country. Goldsmith brings a personal touch to the essay as he conveys the criticism of parochialism with great conviction. Goldsmith brings a personal touch to the essay by conveying the criticism of parochialism with great conviction. Like a true neoclassical thinker, he too looks for logical and objectivity to denounce narrow-mindedness. They are appropriate metaphors and an allusion to Socrates. The writer's encounter with a gentleman presents irony and humor. The diction is clear and simple, and the tone is to the point. The essay is universally relevant as the modern world witnesses an increasing number of international conflicts.